Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you 5 different makeup tips that will maybe change the way that you do your makeup or maybe even improve the way that you do your makeup. I'm also going to be showing you how I got this really pretty peachy orangey look. So if you want some bonus makeup tips, stay tuned. So I already filled and concealed one of my eyebrows. I'm just going in on the next one, and this pretty much stayed the same as my eyebrow routine. So if you want to see that, I will definitely link that down in the description bar below. But yeah, I already primed my skin and moisturized my skin also. So here I am just filling in my eyebrows, and then I'm going to be concealing them. So we're at tip number 1, and tip number 1 is just going to show you how to blend out your concealer around your eyebrows. You want to get like a dense blending brush. This one is from Real Techniques. It's very dense, so it's going to really diffuse that concealer. And all you're going to do is blend out around your eyebrows. So I usually start with the top of my eyebrows, and I blend until I don't see any harsh lines. For the concealer under my brows, I just take that skin and pull it upwards, and then I begin to blend with that same brush. This is going to maximize the space that you're working with, and it's going to ensure that your concealer is actually blended. I'm moving on to the next brow, and then I'll be moving on to foundation. This is my NARS liquid foundation. It does look a little bit light, but this foundation usually oxidizes, so by the end of the video it's going to look normal. I'm taking a beauty blender just to blend it out a little bit more, and then I'll be going in with a highlight that's about 2 shades lighter than my actual color. So I'm going to blend that highlight out with the same foundation brush that I just used, and I'm going to use a beauty blender, blending the highlight out and then all around my face again. Now we're at tip number 2, and tip number 2 is going to show you how to intensify your highlight. So I'm just going back in with a concealer that's about 3 shades lighter than my actual complexion, and I'm going to be putting that down in the places where I highlighted, but I'm just going to be doing something like a mini version of it. So I'm not going all the way on my highlighted areas. I'm just putting a very little bit basically in the center of all of my highlighted areas. After I place that down, I'm just going to be blending out with a beauty blender as usual. Because I put the first concealer down, it acted as a buffer between my foundation and this really light concealer, and it just made it blend a lot easier. I'm just setting my under eye concealer with some Ben Nye banana powder, and then I'll be moving on to setting the rest of my face. So now I'm just going to be dusting away that banana powder and setting the rest of my face with this black opal translucent powder in the color Deep. Okay guys, we're at our third tip. And my third tip is going to be how to contour with a powder and how to make it look natural. Now I usually switch between two different brushes depending on what I want my contour to look like. The first brush is not as dense, so it's going to give me a very diffuse contour, not too heavy. And then the second brush is an angled brush and it's very dense. So it's going to pack a lot of product on my face and it's going to give me like a really sharp contour. I'm using my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation, and I'm going to be showing you how I use the first brush. I'm just pushing the foundation into the place where I want to contour, and then I'm flicking my brush up to create that shadow. Now, this brush is the diffuse brush, so you can barely see it, like it's very diffuse, but once I turn my head, you can definitely see that contour. Now I'm using that dense angled brush, and I'm using the same technique. I'm just putting the product down and then flicking it up, and as you can see, this made my contour look a lot more dramatic. And this is what I usually do. This is the contour that I prefer. And now I'm just going to contour the rest of my face. I'm doing my jaw, my forehead, and I'm just lightly dusting it right on the sides of my nose. Now this kind of adds on to the first tip, which was how to blend the concealer out under your eyebrow. And we're going to take a blending brush that's not too dense, and you're going to take your transition color and you're just going to sweep it in your transition area, but you really want to take it all the way over to your nose. And this is going to eliminate that space right under the front of your brow where the concealer kind of stays sometimes. It's going to just blend that out and kind of tint the concealer with that transition color. The color that I just used was Settle by MAC, and now I'm using this really deep brown that has like a red undertone, and this was in the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I'm just building the intensity in my crease, making my crease a little bit darker. So now we're on to tip number 4, and this is how to make your eyelid appear a little bit larger. So you want to take a flat brush that you've dampened with Fix Plus or whatever type of setting spray that you like, and you want to take your lid color and you want to actually go a little bit into your crease. What I like to do is kind of like fill with my fingers where the top of my eyeball stops, and that's where I'll basically draw my lid color. So to kind of like eliminate that harsh line, I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going to blend my lid color into my crease color. And that is going to basically give it a nice transition from lid to crease to transition to under your eyebrow. So I decided that first color wasn't enough for me, so I went in with this Copper Pigment by MAC, and I put that all over my lid with the same flat brush, some Fix Plus, and now I'm just blending it out, and now I'm making a wing line with my Kat Von D liquid liner in the color Trooper. So I'm lining my waterline and my lash line with this Ruby Kisses crayon liner in the color black, and then I'm taking this Bare Minerals mascara and putting it on my top lashes and my bottom lashes. Moving on to my lips, I'm taking this ColourPop lip liner in the color Pitch, and I am lining my lips. And I'm also going to be taking the lippy stick in the color Pitch and putting that all over my lips. Moving on to tip number 5, which is how to make your lipstick look neat. The first thing you want to do is when you're rubbing your lips, you want to pull in your lips and release them. You don't want to rub them all over because that's going to get lipstick everywhere. And then you want to take your finger and kind of just put it in your mouth and remove it. And that's going to prevent lipstick from sticking to your teeth. The last thing you want to do is go in with a concealer or your foundation and a flat brush and kind of tidy up around your lips. And sometimes you're just gonna have to like reline your lips with that foundation or that concealer, and just make sure that you're blending it out. You can blend it out with your pinky, and then that's gonna make your lips look a lot neater. Now I'm using my highlighter. This is obviously my Fat Face highlighter in the color Rich Girl, as always. And I'm putting that on all the places that I've highlighted. And then the look is done. Well, for about 2 minutes until I changed my mind, is that I wanted to do a different lip. I really like this lip, but I think this look is for the fall and it's summertime, so I want to change it up. So I took a makeup wipe, wiped off my lipstick, and I'm going to be putting this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream on, and it's this really pretty pink color. And then I'm going to be relining my lips with the same lip liner, the color Pitch from ColourPop, and then taking that foundation around my lips once more, and that's the actual final look. So that's it, guys. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you're going to take one of these tips or maybe even all of these tips and apply them. And if they work, please let me know. Comment down below if you try them, and just let me know your results. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.